up, everybody? Hey, it's another Waylon bracket, and this time he wants me to put the fourth album from these bands against each other. All right. So we start with ZZ Top's with Fandango versus Ummagumma with Pink Floyd. Easily ZZ Top. Ummagumma's okay in spots, and some spots are like, it's like soundtrack music. I don't get it. Fandango has my favorite ZZ Top song. Heard it on the X. ZZ Top wins. All right, next. The Scorpions with Virgin Killer. As you can see, it's the decent album cover. I hate that other album cover. Going against Mahogany Rush 4, which is awesome. But I gotta go with the Scorps, man. Virgin Killer. Now, Virgin Killer versus Fandango. I'm giving it to the Scorps, man. Scorps, Pictured Live, Catch Your Train, Backstage Queen, Polar Night. Man, that album rules. That's my favorite era of the Scorpions with Uli. All right, next. Tom Petty, Hard Promises. Oh, wait. Yeah, I already said Virgin Killer's over Fandango. So we got Tom Petty, Hard Promises versus Journey, Infinity. Both are my favorite albums from both these bands. Man, this really hurts. I really want to give it to Tom Petty, but I can't. But man, my favorite Tom Petty song, Something Big is on there. Letting Go, The Waiting. What a amazing album, Woman in Love. But I'm giving it to Journey, man. I'm giving it to Journey. Now, Journey versus Scorpions, Virgin Killer. I'm giving it to Journey, man. Something about Infinity is just so massively awesome. All right, next. Tommy the Who versus A Night at the Opera, Queen. Yeah, I know what I'm going for. I know not a lot of people would agree with me on this one. But I'm definitely going with Queen and Night at the Opera. Tommy's awesome and all, but it's no Quadrophenia in my opinion. Queen is taking over. Now Queen versus Journey Infinity. I'm going with Queen. Queen is now taking over. All right, next. Kiss, Destroyer versus Aerosmith, Rocks. Yeah, I love them both, but I gotta go with Aerosmith Rocks. Aerosmith Rocks is taking over. All right, next. Oh, and Aerosmith Rocks versus Queen. Aerosmith has taken over. Aerosmith has now taken over. All right, next. My favorite Deep Purple album, Deep Purple in Rock versus Led Zeppelin's 4. The Zozo album. I gotta go with Led Zeppelin, man. It's just something so special about that album. And, you know, in my opinion, the greatest song ever written was Stairway to Heaven, and it's on that album. I'm putting it above In Rock. Now, would I put it above Rocks? You know I am. Battle of Evermore, Going to California, When the Levee Breaks, Misty Mountain Hop. Led Zeppelin's taking over. All right, next. Alice Cooper, Killer versus Rush, 2112. Both my favorite albums from both of them. Oh. I'm going to go with Rush, 2112. Now, Rush 2112 versus Oso, Led Zeppelin. No, Led Zeppelin is holding on. All right, now we end the left side bracket with Judas Priest, Stained Class versus Van Halen, Fair Warning. You know, on a side note, you know that Judas Priest released Stained Class on the same day the first Van Halen album was released. True story. Go look it up if you don't believe me. Why would I lie to you? Huh? I'm giving that to Fair Warning, Van Halen. Now, Fair Warning, Van Halen versus Led Zeppelin, Zoso. Van Halen wins on the left side bracket. Fair Warning. Just can't mess with that album. All right, now we'll start the right side bracket. And we got Dream Evil from Dio versus The Ultimate Sin from Ozzy Osbourne. Easy. Dio. All right, next. Trick or Treat, the Fastway soundtrack for the movie, versus Blue Oyster Cult, Agent of Fortune. Now, you know, that's like my least favorite Blue Oyster Cult album from the 70s. But I'm still going to go with Blue Oyster Cult because of Don't Fear the Reaper and Tenderloin. And there's a lot of great tunes on there. But there's a lot of clunkers as well. But I'm giving it to Blue Oyster Cult. Now, Blue Oyster Cult above Dream Evil from Dio? Yeah. I'm going to give it to Blue Oyster Cult. All right, next. Metallica with And Justice for All versus Testament, Souls of Black. All right, here's the deal with this one. And I may shock some of you by saying this, but I'm going with Testament. And I'm not like, you know, I've gotten some crap for it, but I don't care. I'm not a Testament fan. I call them the most overrated thrash band. And this album, Souls of Black, is not very liked from the band and fans and stuff. I think it's one of their best damn albums. I love it. I think it's better than Injustice for All, easily. I know the rest of the planet doesn't think that. Now, Souls of Black, Testament versus Blue Oyster Cult? No. Blue Oyster Cult is holding on. All right, next. The Years of Decay, Overkill versus Megadeth with Rust in Peace. I'm going with a lot of you won't go with. The Years of Decay, easily. I'm giving to that album easily over Rust in Peace. Rust in Peace to me is overrated, man. Yeah, I know. But, you know, I mean, it also has my favorite Megadeth song, Holy Wars. And I think Take No Prisoners. Tornado Souls is awesome. I love Polaris. But the rest is whatever, man. Definitely giving it to Overkill with the Years of Decay. Now, Overkill, the Years of Decay versus Blue Oyster Cult, Agent of Fortune. Believe it or not, Overkill has taken over. The Years of Decay has taken over. All right, next. Dokken with Back for the Attack versus Warlock's Triumph and Agony. My favorite, no, not my, used to be my favorite Warlock album. Now it's Burn the Witches, but I still love it. And yeah, you know what? I would put that Warlock album over Back for the Attack. I love Back for the Attack, but it's kind of plagued by filler on the second half. It's front-loaded, you know? Warlock won that one. Now, will Warlock win against the Years of Decay? Hell no! Overkill is still holding on. Man, I never thought Overkill would be doing that great, you know? Anyway. All right, next. Motorhead, On Parole. I love that early first Motorhead versus Slayer, South of Heaven. I'm going to go with South of Heaven. Slayer. Now, Slayer, South of Heaven versus the Years of Decay. I know many won't agree with this, but I am going with Overkill. I like Overkill's Year of Decay over South of Heaven. I can't say that about all the Slayer albums before South of Heaven. But yeah, I would put it above South of Heaven. But man, I love South of Heaven. Ghost of War, Silent Scream, Live Undead, Mandatory Suicide, Behind the Crooked Cross. Great stuff, man. Horrible Judas Priest cover. Just because of that, I'll have to fucking disqualify it. But yeah, and what was it? It was, yeah, I put South of Heaven over Motorhead, but I will not put it above Overkill, which is still holding on. All right, next. Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind versus Wasp, The Headless Children. Ooh, both amazing. I got to go with Peace of Mind, though. Now, Peace of Mind over Overkill? Yeah. Iron Maiden has taken over. All right, now we're at the end, and oh, man. Both my favorite albums from these bands. Powerade, AC/DC's versus Black Sabbath, Volume 4. I'm going with Volume 4, man. Volume 4 wins the right side bracket. Right on. Now, Black Sabbath Volume 4 versus Fair Warning Van Halen. This hurts, but Volume 4, man, it's my favorite song, my favorite album from my favorite band. So there you go. Black Sabbath won this fourth album, you know. I think Black Sabbath Volume 4 would whoop the ass of every album. That's the fourth album from any band. There you go. Fair Warning's the fourth album. You know, and all these amazing albums on this whole list was the fourth album. Yeah. Black Sabbath Volume 4 is the winner. Thank you so much, Waylon. You rule, man. I hope you enjoyed these donations and the brackets I've been doing as much as I enjoyed doing them. You rule, my friend. And all you watching right now, you rule as well. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't and ring that little notification bell. I totally would appreciate that. You know, and leave your comments below. What would be the winner for you? As far as, you know, give me like, all right, the left side I picked this one. Right side I'll pick that one. But overall, I'll pick this one. Or if you're lazy and you just want to write which one you like out of all of them, just, you know, one record, do that. It's all good, man. I just appreciate you all are right here listening to me talk. And you don't know how much I don't take that for granted, man. I am very, very honored. And thank you all, man. And I hope you're subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe to my channel. Click that little notification bell. That would be awesome if you did that. And oh, and like the video. That'd be awesome for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty. Listen to Volume 4 and smack 'em a gob.